Okay, so what's up, y'all? I'm out here in Port Huron, Marysville, Marine City. One of the two, three, whatever. I was out getting some pictures of this very beautiful blue water bridge, and it was a nice ride out here. So I felt on the ride home to crank out some yap sauce because I had an issue that caused me to have a flare-up. And I was like, maybe a lot of people don't know this, although they should know this. And I'm going to get to the point. I just like dragging the sentence on. But stress can kill you, right? Like you will die. The human body is an amazing thing. Like it can perform some amazing feats. It can handle tremendous stress a few times. If you continue to do so, the human body, which it is a machine, will do like any other machine. It will break down. Engineers will tell you this if you talk to an educated one, that yes, an item can go past its stress limits once or twice, but those stress limits are put in place for a reason. If you continually stress an item beyond its normal tolerances, it is no longer serviceable. You take it out of the rotation because it has become dangerous, even though you cannot physically see anything wrong with said device. Same thing goes for the human body. You may or may not physically see the results of stress right away and think that you're completely fine. So I'm gonna go over three little scenarios in my life, just three of many, where I was completely jacked up and stressed out, right? So I have a thing called PVCs, I believe it's preventricular contractions. Basically, my heart don't beat right. It'll be, boop, 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 womp, right? It'll do that kind of thing where the in tries to beat on the out or the out tries to beat on the in. I forget. Basically, somebody's skipping and turning the line, and my heart's like, yo, what the hell? And then it'll do this kind of fluttery thing. It is non-fatal, but it was brought upon by, I believe, my stress when I worked for GM. I used to work for General Motors, 7-8 years ago, it was a while ago, and I just was having some life issues. I was stressed out, and I did the general, I'm a dude thing, I'm fine, and I internalized a lot of stress, because I mean, a lot of it was external too. I didn't want to take a lot of my stress out of my family, so I just tried my best to bundle it up, and it caused me to have to wear a Holter monitor twice because they didn't believe the results they got off the first one, and then they was like, yo, son, ooh, that's pretty, you need to put this on again, and we gon' check that heart out. So I wore this thing for 24 hours, and mind you, if you ever have to wear a Holter monitor, they suck. You got this little fanny pack, you gotta wear it on your waist, you got these leads coming out your boobs, and when they take that pad off, I don't know if that pad is made by Gorilla Glue, but it took my titty meat, my skin. I was like, hey, what the hell? I got tattoos. This tattoo is expensive. It took some of my tattoo. So, keep yourself healthy just to preserve your titties and your tats if you're gonna do anything. Anywho, back to the story, right? So my heart beats weird. They put me on a stress test. They dyed me up. They stuck the octopus dye in my veins, and they was like, hey, your veins look good. You got no carotid stuff. You got no cholesterol issues. I'm healthy, right? I run, I work out, I exercise. So what the hell is going on with my heart? My body was like, this stress got to go somewhere, and the only thing I can think of is make your heart beat weird so you can do something about your stress. So I decided to leave that job. I was off work for 6 months. Like, I straight quit. I was like, I'm out. Luckily, I had made enough money to where I could live for 6 months, but then I had to hurry up and get back on that job train because your brother was about to be homeless, without home. So, that's one issue. I have lichen planus, which is not an STD. Although it sounds crazy. It sounds like something that grows on next to moss. My skin, I itch when I am stressed. Near the sweat gland areas. It's so nuts. I went to a dermatologist. I'm thinking like, yo, do I got the hep? I got the herp? I got the syphilis? I was like, I did sit on that one toilet seat. I swear to God, I'll never do it again. And he was like, no, you good. You have lichen planus, and doctors don't really know too much about it. They do believe it's stress related, which was the only thing going around in my life at the time. So randomly, my ankles would just flare up and just start itching like a bit. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Stress. My body is rebelling against me in my mind trying to hold in all my stress, right? Sometimes you can't help it. You have to do what you got to do to get through the situation, but eventually you got to get that stress out however you can, right? And then let's go to the third issue. Long time ago, I had an issue with, you know, me and my wife had some issues with like children stuff, right? So I, worried about her health, worried about, family lifestyle stuff. I stayed up for like 2.5 days straight, and I was not exhausted. I was just up. Couldn't go to sleep, so I would just game all night, go to work, come home. I thought maybe I'd just be so exhausted I'd pass out. Zero. Sleep deprivation, my eye hole will kill you. The Asian dude, I believe he was Japanese, don't quote me on that, but I'll try to post an article or something. He did it on purpose. He stayed up gaming, and I think he drank like 50, 100 Mountain Dews, whatever, but he didn't allow his body to recuperate via sleep. And, there's been lots of studies that your body does go through changes. It sorts your memories. It does all this crazy stuff when you sleep. It helps to replenish your rest. Your muscles start to repair themselves. Your brain starts to basically defrag its hard drive. Your certain chemicals are released. Your body just goes into repair mode for all of the things that you've done throughout the day, right? I didn't allow my body to do this. I felt like crap, but I just wasn't sleepy. I was so stressed out. My body was like, let's just stay awake. What the hell? Like I said, the human body is amazing, but sometimes I'm like, who programmed this? Like, this is not efficient at all. So, if you take anything away from this video, try your best to mitigate and relieve your stress. If you're a person similar to me, where I can't, environmental blah blah blah, where you grew up, the way I am now, I'm like, ain't nobody coming to rescue me, so I have to you gotta internalize the stress, or you just gotta, who cares, right? Like, who you gonna tell? Who you gonna tell? My life, okay. And then what? You still got to get your ass up and deal with your life every day, just like I do. So it's like, what's the point of even telling people? Like, what this wasting? I don't like wasting my breath. I know it seems weird because I'm talking on YouTube, but trust me, if I don't need to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it, because what's talking gonna do? That's how I deal with stuff. I'm like, whatever, might as well just keep it in, because I'm wasting time I could be using eating, talking to you. So, do what you can to mitigate your stress. Try your best not to hold it so close to the chest that your chest is gonna pop. I don't know what you have to do that. Whatever it is, do not let your stress take you out. I guarantee you, even though you might not feel like it, and I know it's a weird situation, somebody somewhere on this world is better off with you here than gone. Even if they're the reason you're stressed out. I know. See the last video. Tell them to fill up that gas tank. I'm out.